Tyson Center in Dallas, Texas, the home of the Mavericks, live on 2K Sports. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg with the fourth member of our team, Doris Burke. A quick check down the starting lineups for both teams. And breaking down the game, let's take a look here at Tyson Chandler.
And one of the plays we're going to see with him a lot is the pick and roll. He's tremendous both as a screener and a popper. And you don't see him whistle for a lot of moving screens because his positioning is solid and his timing is right on the money.
And something else he does that might not wind up in the stat sheet, but is still a big part of his game, his leadership defensively. Collectively, they're a much better team when he's on the floor.
This homestand ends here for the Mavericks as they get ready to hit the road. Well, guys, at this point, while still many things can change, the record is not on par with their performance last year. Maybe a cause for concern, but something they are well aware of.
Checking out Dallas and looking
for him passing the ball, just racking up the assists.
New York comes into this following a loss to the Rockets.
Yeah, I thought their defense in that game was about as shaky as it could be. At home, that kind of defense isn't going to cut it. Never mind if you're on the road.
They really look tired to me, and I don't know if they had travel issues or if they...
One of the best in the league at blowing by his defender and finishing at the rim. We've got to force him left, and then at the other end, make sure we go at him defensively and see that he expends some energy.
Picked up by Ellis. The drive by Anthony. Fires for three. The shot's good from the captain.
Especially when you couple it with his knack for playing with his back to the basket when he wants to. Often Dirk will catch it on the low block, lean into a defender to create some space, and then the next thing you know, he's up in the air knocking down that jumper.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Guys are looking for his sparks of the night. Gallenberg passes to the captain. From outside, off the mark.
He hit a three in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Fallback option for them anytime they need it.
The captain passes to Outlaw. Here's the captain. Drains the three-pointer. The captain's got 10. Here comes Devin Harris. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And the basket by Nowitzki.
This is great. Three-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
That'll do it for the first half. Knicks lead by 10. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
He is a guy who needs the ball and is able to score because he takes a lot of shots, but I think you've got to look at what he does and not what he doesn't do.
And New York, looking at who they've got. Shumpert and Melo, they're the wings. Stoudemire out there with Jason Smith. And it's the captain in at the point.
And it's true that Carmelo Anthony can be a ball stopper at times, but, there are times in a game, too, where you need someone who can create something out of nothing. And that's the balance that Carmelo is trying to approach it with.
Samuel Gallenberg, who's checked in for New York. And Carmelo's been in the top 5 in scoring 6 of the last 8 seasons, Clark. But when you talk about efficiency, last season he was outside.
Clark, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Now here's Ellis. 11 points in the game. It's stolen by Stoudemire. The shot's good from the captain. Now it's a 3-point Knicks lead.
Great move to the hoop.
This is to Aldridge. Now Shumpert. Here's Huffman. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. The captain's got 9 points now in just the second half. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the... He feeds it to Ellis. Six to shoot. He passes to Nowitzki. He's against Stoudemire. Fader on the way. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. New York's gotten off 4 three-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. And it's Shumpert penetrating. Left side, Shumpert. On the wing. It's rebounded by Dallas. Nowitzki's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Nelson against Dallenberg. Nelson kicks to Ellis. Pass to Chandler. Nelson with a screen on Stoudemire. Chandler dishes to Ellis. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
You know, nobody responds to end-of-game pressure like this guy. That's what comes to mind immediately for me. He's hit some monumental shots in his career, and some guys just embrace the moment at the end of the game. That's him.
You know, one of his not an easy bit of work there. 4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball. Just having their way down low. And his shots are dropping right now. This quarter has been very kind to him.
Ellis dishes to Parsons. They get a hand on it. Chandler against Shumpert. Connects! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Just a fantastic effort there.
So we see the Mavericks get the win here.
From the looks of things, you appear to have taken over the starting role in your position. What do you think?
Obviously, I'm very grateful for the opportunity. Ultimately, I'm here to do whatever it takes to get some W's for this team.
It's time for some hoops at the Chesapeake Energy Arena, home of the Thunder here in downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And we're going to bring it to you live on 2K Sports. A quick check now for starting 5 for both teams. And guys, what do you think we'll be seeing from Serge Ibaka in this one?
No, it didn't take long for Serge Ibaka to establish himself as one of the best shot blockers in the league. He has impeccable timing, and he's so athletic and tall with long arms, so he's really able to bother offensive players.
Ibaka just gives you everything you want out of a hustle player. I mean, he plays tough, in-your-face D, and on offense, he's got no problem banging down low for extra possessions or put-back dunks, and he's becoming a little more polished in his face-up game.
Well, Thunder are looking to grab one for the home fans here in Oklahoma City before heading back out on the road. A great start.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
A lot of high hopes for the Thunder heading into last season's playoffs, and it didn't go quite as they had planned. Well, with the shakeups for the Knicks, with the coaching change and even the change in the front office during last season, you can absolutely expect them to take on a new direction.
A roster that many felt underachieved last year.
That shot wide open. The captain's got 5 points so far. New York comes into this following a loss to the Mavericks in Dallas. Passes it to the captain. From the arc. And the basket good. The captain's got 8. Looking at Oklahoma City, they took the win in their last game against Utah.
I thought that he gets his points quietly at times because it comes so effortlessly. But when the game's on the line, he can get hot and just barrels.
Russell Westbrook still among the league leaders in shots at the rim, but Steve, he's expanding his offensive arsenal.
Well, he's improved as a three-point shooter. He was particularly good that night.
Yeah, he was very solid. Just really locked in, engaged, on task. Solid performance tonight.
Well, Jersey advertising, the idea that it had more forward.
Russell Westbrook out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's Perkins in at the 5. Home in the paint. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Here's the captain. He's covered by Westbrook. Here's Huffman. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. And the Thunder in the half court, more of a jump shooting team.
And sometimes that can be a backhanded compliment. When you look at their roster, Durant, Westbrook, Ibaka, even Reggie Jackson, all pretty good from mid-range. So they spread you out, and then, of course, Durant's jump player's ability to slash through the defense and get to the hoop effectively, because you have to be getting a lot of layups to have that kind of shooting percentage.
But you also have to have an excellent outside shot, and all of them do it. Small forward, you have to be reliable from the perimeter as well.
A change here. Smith has checked in. On defense, Oklahoma City. The shot's good from the captain.
That's kind of his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the defense. And
New York moving the ball around, and he gets it to go. 25 points for the Cap, and the rebound goes to the Knicks. Stoudemire's got his 5th rebound in this one.
And with a new front office again this season, the Zen Master, Phil Jackson, at the helm, new coaching staff. We'll see if the Knicks can create a stable foundation moving forward.
The Knicks have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them.
And in general, this has been a very good foul shooting team, about 79% on the season.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when
Westbrook and vice versa. How you threaten the defense inside and then find the open man on the outside. Good offense.
Here's Huffman. Nailed from three-point land. The captain's got 16 here in the second half. And Stoudemire pulls it down.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down. You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had.
So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
So that'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
The team just hasn't been getting it done on this road trip. Any comments on why you haven't been able to win any of the games to this point?
Man, it's been tough. I can tell you that for sure. None of us were happy in that locker room after the game tonight. Man, I wish I had the answers, but I don't. We just need to get back home, regroup, figure out a way to keep a horrible trip like this from happening again, baby.